Unlock hidden cruise perks at 60 that most passengers never discover. Turning 60 used to mean slowing down. But in the world of cruising, it means unlocking perks most passengers don't even know exist. Imagine walking into your cabin and being greeted with complimentary champagne, or getting a discounted fare without ever seeing it advertised, or finding out that your age alone qualifies you for free onboard credits, upgraded staterooms, or exclusive amenities. Yes, it's all real, and yet cruise lines rarely promote it. Because while they love rewarding seasoned travelers, they don't exactly broadcast the best-kept secrets. So today, we're lifting the curtain. I've pulled together the 7 most valuable perks cruise passengers aged 60 and over can quietly access in 2025. These aren't rumors or wishful thinking. They're documented benefits confirmed through travel advisors, cruise insiders, and industry policies. Some are activated when you check a tiny box at booking. Others require knowing exactly who to call or what to say. But all of them can make your cruise smoother, richer, and surprisingly more affordable. So whether you're planning your first cruise after 60 or your 50th, this is your unfair advantage. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to travel smarter, save more, and enjoy the kind of cruise experience that others will envy without ever realizing why yours felt just a little more special. Subscribe and like this because what I'm about to share with you is valuable. Let's start with the most obvious perk that almost no one ever sees. Discounted cruise fares just for being 55 or older. That's right, many cruise lines offer senior pricing, but they don't plaster it across the homepage. You won't see 60+ save here banners. In fact, most of the time, it's hidden in the fine print or buried in a drop-down during booking. Here's how it works. Lines like Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, and Holland America all offer special pricing for guests aged 55 and up. Sometimes it's a flat percentage off, 10% to 15%. Other times, it's a lower fare that only shows up once you select your age bracket. The trick? You have to know to look for it. On most booking engines, there's a little drop-down or checkbox labeled Senior. Select that before searching fares. Some deals will quietly update in the background. Others require calling the cruise line or booking through a travel agent who knows how to unlock them. Still skeptical? In 2024, one retired couple booked a 7-night Caribbean cruise and saved $312 simply by checking the Senior box before booking. That's real money with no catch. And it gets better. If you're an AARP member, you may qualify for additional discounts or onboard credits on top of those savings. Some travel partners waive booking fees, include priority check-in, or add bonus perks, just by showing your card. Here's the bottom line. If you're 55+, there's no reason to pay full price. Cruise lines quietly incentivize mature travelers because they know you're more likely to cruise longer, spend more on board, and to come back. So claim your status. Don't let age-based savings pass you by, because the discounts are real. You just have to know where to look. What if I told you that simply booking the right stateroom, while being over 60, could earn you free champagne, specialty dining, or even a cocktail package? It's true, and cruise lines don't shout about it, but some senior perks come in the form of onboard gifts. Let's start with MSC cruises. For guests aged 65 and older, booking a balcony or ocean view stateroom under their senior club offer can unlock a bottle of champagne, a box of chocolates, a cocktail during your trip, a dedicated welcome reception. And no, this isn't a loyalty program or a one-time promo. It's a quietly running senior incentive that many travelers miss simply because they didn't ask. Then there's AARP. If you're a member, cruise booking partners like Expedia, Vacations to Go, and others may throw in up to $100 in onboard credit, priority booking perks, waived fees, or special upgrades. But here's the catch. You won't see these offers by default. You'll need to book through AARP travel partners or speak directly to a rep who understand how to apply them. Many AARP members never realize their cruises could have included extra spending money until it's too late. And these onboard credits? They can be used for specialty dining, shore excursions, Wi-Fi, drinks, anything you like. I even know one couple who used their AARP bonus to cover every single cocktail they had for the entire week-long cruise. That's a $100 win that never made it into the brochure. Bottom line, if you're over 60, onboard credit is out there, but you've got to know where to book and who to ask. Think of it as hidden treasure, reserved for the seasoned traveler. Did you know that some cruise lines offer priority perks to older travelers? Not just once you're on board, but during the booking process itself? Let's start with the basics. Cruise lines like Celebrity Cruises and Royal Caribbean offer specific senior fares labeled 55 plus or seniors. But here's where it gets interesting. Those discounts often trigger additional booking advantages. Think access to better cabin locations, priority boarding slots, early access to dining or excursion reservations. These aren't officially called senior perks, but they tend to show up when you're categorized under a 55 plus or 60 plus booking code. And if you're part of a loyalty program, especially if you've been cruising for years, your senior status can amplify those benefits even more. Many cruise lines weigh past guest behavior heavily in their algorithms, and older cruisers often score higher because of repeat trips, longer bookings, and higher onboard spend. Translation: if you're 60 plus and loyal to one or two cruise brands, you're in a sweet spot for added perks, even if no one says so directly. What's more, some lines give senior cruisers soft perks like priority invitations to travel agent sales, access to closed-list upgrade offers, early notifications about repositioning cruises, or discounted longer sailings. You won't find these on a website menu, but travel advisors and even cruise call centers can unlock them if you ask the right way. So don't just book online blindly. Call, ask, mention your age and loyalty status. You might be shocked what opens up. Cruising after 60 should feel easy, not exhausting. And while cruise lines don't always advertise it, many go out of their way to offer comfort upgrades and accessibility perks, especially for older guests. Let's talk staterooms first. If you request an accessible cabin, most lines will honor it without extra fees, especially if you note mobility concerns. These rooms offer wider doorways, roll-in showers, support bars, and emergency call systems. Some even come with upgraded mattresses or extra space for medical equipment. And here's something most don't realize. You don't need a wheelchair to qualify. If you have arthritis, joint pain, or limited mobility, simply calling ahead and requesting based on comfort needs is often enough. Next, onboard comfort. Lines like Holland America, Viking, and Oceania have quietly designed their ships with mature travelers in mind. That means lower noise zones, enrichment lectures instead of dance raves, reading lounges and quiet cafes, shows with earlier performance times, fitness tailored for joint mobility and wellness. Some even include priority seating in theaters or dining rooms for guests who request it. And for those with dietary needs, low sodium, diabetic friendly, heart healthy, cruise chefs are often far more accommodating than your local restaurant. Again, just ask. They'll quietly customize without making a fuss. The key? Cruise lines won't advertise these as senior features, but they've built them in for you. All it takes is a quick email or call before sailing. Because after 60, cruising isn't just about the destination. It's about how comfortable the journey feels every step of the way. Want to know one of the most unexpected perks of cruising after 60? You're more likely to score a cabin upgrade without ever asking for it. Here's why. Cruise lines are constantly balancing demand. When premium cabins don't sell, they often bump guests up from interior or ocean view rooms to balconies or even suites. And guess who they prioritize for those surprise upgrades? Guests who are experienced, low maintenance, and mature. Translation: if you're over 60, polite, and book early, you're an ideal upgrade candidate. One retired guest shared, "We booked a basic interior cabin. 2 weeks before sailing, we were offered a complimentary balcony. No request, no extra charge. We're in our 70s. I think they just knew we'd be easy guests." That's not luck, that's a trend. Even more powerful, if you book a guaranteed cabin, which means you choose a category like balcony, but not the specific room, you automatically go into a pool of people who might get bumped up. The younger, party-heavy groups? Not likely. But a couple in their 60s celebrating an anniversary? Cruise lines love giving you that wow moment. Then there are travel advisors. Many seasoned agents know exactly when ships are likely to upgrade based on demographics, sailing dates, and booking cycles. And yes, some will advocate for you directly. Here's another tip. Some cruise lines reward guests over 55 with soft upgrades, like early boarding, room service without delivery fees, or access to quieter dining areas. It's not a published policy, but it's common. The key takeaway? If you're over 60 and you book smart, early, politely, and through the right channels, your cabin might be the best-kept secret on the ship. Cruise perks don't stop at the gangway. If you're over 60, you could be stacking major savings on your flights, hotels, transportation, and travel insurance before and after your cruise even begins. Let's start with transportation. Companies like Amtrak, Greyhound, and Hertz all offer senior discounts, sometimes up to 20% for travelers 60 and older. Whether you're grabbing a rental car, riding the rails to port, or booking a shuttle to the terminal, there's usually a checkbox or a code that knocks the price down. Next, hotels. Chains like Hilton, Marriott, and Choice Hotels offer 10 to 15% off for guests 60 plus or AARP members. Even better, these rates are often refundable and include extras like free breakfast or Wi-Fi, ideal for pre- and post-cruise stays. Flights too. Several airlines, including United and American Airlines, have hidden senior fares. They're not shown online. You have to call to ask. These fares can be flexible, include seat selection, or waive change fees. All major wins for older travelers. And then there's travel insurance. Many policies offer reduced premiums or customized coverage for retirees, especially if you're traveling with medical conditions or mobility needs. Some even include cruise-specific coverage, like missport protections or onboard medical reimbursement. Pro tip? Bundle it. Use an AARP membership or book through a senior-focused travel advisor to combine these savings with your cruise fare for a deeply discounted travel experience. The bottom line? Your age gives you buying power before your cruise even begins. Use it. This final perk isn't printed in a brochure. But if you've cruised after 60, you know it's real. Peace of mind. Cruising becomes one of the easiest, most stress-free ways to travel once you reach retirement age, and not just because of the amenities. It's the structure of cruising that delivers comfort older travelers can't find in hotels, tours, or even resorts. Think about it. Unpack once. Your floating hotel moves while you sleep. No dragging suitcases through airports or repacking every 2 nights. No driving. Everything you need, entertainment, food, transportation, is a short walk from your stateroom. Built-in routine. Meals are scheduled. Entertainment is curated. Excursions are guided. It's effortless adventure. Medical staff on board. If something goes wrong, there's care just a phone call away, without leaving the ship. And perhaps most importantly, you're surrounded by people your age. Most cruises, especially longer ones or off-season sailings, tend to attract a more mature crowd. That means less chaos, fewer wild pool parties, and more conversations you'll actually enjoy. Plus, cruise lines know what older guests appreciate, things like enrichment lectures instead of foam parties, classical performances and piano lounges, afternoon tea, bridge clubs, or wine tastings, shore excursions that are gentle and immersive, not rushed and rugged. Many lines are quietly shifting their offerings to better serve this market. You may never hear in the ads, but older guests spend more, stay longer, and return more often and cruise lines are noticing. So yes, after 60, travel changes. But cruising? It becomes even better. No stress, no guesswork, just smooth sailing and a whole lot of comfort. Cruising after 60 isn't a downgrade. It's an upgrade with benefits most people never even hear about. From unlisted fare discounts to onboard credits, surprise upgrades, and an entirely more peaceful experience at sea. Your age can become your greatest advantage when booking a cruise. And here's the secret. The cruise lines aren't going to hand you these perks. You have to ask. You have to know where to look. And now you do. So the next time you book, don't settle for full price. Don't overlook that senior checkbox. Don't ignore the travel agent who knows how to unlock a free bottle of champagne with your stateroom. Because cruising after 60 doesn't just open the door to more destinations. It opens the door to more value, more comfort, and more joy than ever before. If you found these tips helpful, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more hidden cruise insights, and drop a comment. Which of these perks surprised you most? Or better yet, what secret have you discovered that other travelers over 60 should know? Until next time, cruise smart, cruise often, and enjoy every minute of the ride.